is just a great quote. I want to call attention to everyone to repair for Brian. He really wanted this on our t-shirts, and it didn't make it across the finish line, so it made it on my first slide, right, guys? That's a good quote. The shirts are available off a side deal with Brian. Find him after this. Don has one right there. We've got seats up here if you guys want to file in. He can autograph, don't worry. Okay, I think the other breakout room ended a little bit after ours, so we'll let him shuffle in. I mean, you better. As you guys can tell, me and Brian spent a lot of time in the office together. Okay, so I am going to be presenting on AI-powered social media today. My name is Paige Behnken. I'm our senior marketing specialist here at C2. I work alongside and under Perry Garner and then over with Ryan Lux in the back in the red pants. We make up with a lot of drink tickets in those pockets. We make up the C2 marketing team, and I just want to introduce ourselves at the beginning because we're always here to help you guys. If you ever have any questions about your marketing, need ideas, need help creating something, if you just email marketing@C2Financial, we're on the other side of that, and we're always happy to help. So do not hesitate to reach out. Okay, so we are going to learn how to harness the power of AI to streamline your content, elevate your brand, and consistently connect with borrowers and referral partners on social media. Oh, Brian's not here. I was going to pretend that I was playing a drinking game. We were also supposed to have little happy hours here, so I was going to do a little drinking game, but we'll keep it going, and we'll just get to happy hour quickly. Okay, so why social media matters for your business. So buyers and referral partners often start their search with Google, Instagram, and referrals. So you might think about how does all that go right back to Instagram. So now any of your guys' social media posts actually live on Google. So we talk about captions and building a caption. You're going to want to use key terms when you're building your captions because those things are going to be showing up on Google. Oh gosh, I keep walking in front. Okay. And then beyond that, social media builds trust, familiarity, and authority, which is hopefully what is going to garner you your business. Okay, what AI is for us. So I'm going to teach you guys how to have AI as your digital assistant. They're going to be writing captions, brainstorming content, repurposing posts, organizing ideas, and improving consistency. I'll say a huge thing with social media to grow your platform, to get in front of everyone, is consistency. And I think we can all agree that's also probably the hardest part about social media is consistently putting yourself out there. So as we go through these things, a big thing I want to remind everyone, and I touched on this if you guys were here at last C2 Connect, I had a little session, but finish is better than perfect. You know, people aren't going detail through your caption, looking at every single word you use. They're not looking at every single video you use. They just need to see your face again consistently in their timeline. And so AI is going to help us do that more consistently. But to note, what AI is not. AI is not a replacement of you. It cannot replace your relationships. It doesn't know your clients. It doesn't know their personal life. And a big part with social media is it's not going to post for you. So they can help build this foundation. They can help streamline it. But ultimately, it's up to you guys to get it across the finish line. And I think we all know when you see something that's written by AI and you can kind of, maybe there's an M dash in it, RIP the M dash. We can't really use that anymore because AI uses it all the time. But you can feel it. You can tell when something's written by AI. So there's ways to make sure that it feels comfortably that it's coming from you. Okay, so what makes a social media post? So you have content and you have a caption. The content is going to be the image or the video, and then the caption is going to be the text that go along with it. So let's start with captions. I hear all the time, like I touched on before, AI, it sounds like a robot. Everyone knows that this is AI. I don't want to use it. It doesn't sound like myself. Even though it makes it faster, my clients know that it's AI and it loses the pizzazz. So there's a way to have AI learn your voice, and this is what I tell people to do all the time. If you guys are using certain terminology, certain verbiage, or have a certain tone, copy and paste emails, copy and paste DMs, copy and text messages that you've sent to people. Give that all to your AI and train it to learn your voice, to learn your tone. So if you paste all those in, I want you guys, after this, to try to paste in 3 emails, and you're gonna ask AI, from these 3 emails, what tone do I give? That tone is gonna help you build your brand. From there, you're gonna ask it, can you use this tone and this voice in all my future social media captions and my emails? That way it starts learning what you sound like, so it doesn't sound like every single other loan officer. So I have a prompt that I have a little QR code coming up soon where each of you can fill out your contact information, and I'm gonna send you these slides and also the social media posts I'm talking about. So all these prompts I leave in here for you guys to go back to after. So I have this one right here is analyze the writing style below and summarize my tone in 5 bullet points, then write future social media captions using this same voice. So you guys will get these slides and you can copy and paste those right into your ChatGPT. Okay, so now on to the content. So a big project that I'm working on right now is revamping our Brand Central. We're gonna have new merch, new digital assets, new business cards, everything. It's gonna be super elevated. We're really excited about that. One of those things is that I've been creating a lot more social media assets for you guys to use. So if everyone wants to fill out this QR code here, it's gonna be your first name, last name, and your email, and I'll make sure to send you all these template links ahead of time before Brand Central comes out, so you guys can be a little bit ahead of the curve. But we're gonna be going through these assets, so I'll give you guys some time to fill it out. And I want to call out while I'm up here, I'm really going to be going through the last 3 for content, but 2 that I built are, one is a client testimonial. This is, my goal for all of these are they're plug and play, that you can just paste in and then post it out. So here, the first one we have is our client testimonial. Easy. Go to Google, look at your testimonials, look at Zillow, any way you have it, copy, paste it in there. The next one is we have a mortgage rate update. That's pretty self-explanatory. You can paste those rates in there. And then these are gonna be the ones I'm going through the plug and play. Something that I wanna note though is all of these are editable. So if you have a certain brand color, a certain logo, if you think that these photos that I didn't use aren't really part of your brand, those are all interchangeable. So all these posts can make 20 different posts to help build your content out. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna go through is myth versus fact. So again, I wanted to build templates that you guys could plug and play multiple items in so that this one post can become 20 posts that you can post once a week, and now you've got scheduled out for 6 months if you do those 20 right there. So we have myth versus fact. Myth, you need 20% down to buy a home. Fact, many buyers purchase with 3 to 5% down. I wrote these myself, so if they don't sound like directly from a loan officer, it's because they're coming from someone in marketing. So this is the, if you're like, as we go through these, you're like, that's a little suspect, that's because I was writing them. And that's why your expertise will really matter in this. Okay, so the prompt. So the prompt says, can you generate 5 myths versus fact statements for a loan officer's social media? Each myth and fact should be under 20 words. Also write a short caption, each one 1 to 2 sentence max. The tone should be educational, friendly, confidence building, not salesy. So that's the tone that I selected for that. As we talked about earlier, when you paste your emails in and stuff like that and they extract that tone, that's gonna be the tone that you're giving them, the tone that you want to, and I wanna say this, is Your tone can be aspirational as well. If you feel like you aren't using that tone now, but you're like, hey, I want to be more of an expert, tell chat that, and they'll start using more words like that to help you build your brand into something that you want to make it. Okay, the next one I have is mortgage term breakdown. So right now I have buyer power in there, and that is the financial capacity and competitiveness a home buyer has in the market. So this is another really easy plug and play one. There's gajillions of mortgage terms that you can use on your social media account, and the great part is it just reinforces your expertise. So I have another prompt here that follows the same thing. It says, can you generate 5 mortgage term breakdowns for a loan officer's social media? Each breakdown should include term name, a definition under 20 words, and a short caption explaining why it matters, with 1 to 2 sentences max. So I want to touch on our prompts a little bit here. As you can see, I kind of have a pattern to my prompt. You want to give ChatGPT a little bit of some constraints. If you say, can you write a caption for me? They might write a 350-word caption, and I think we all know no one's reading that. So give it some word limits. Also, when you look at this, you think about how much can fit in there. So think about that when you're giving its parameters. And if you want certain words in there, you can tell them that. So don't be afraid to be a little bossy when you're asking it to do some things. Okay, the next one, I have credit tip of the week. So following the same, it says, can you generate 5 credit tips of the week for a loan officer's social media? Each tip should include a credit tip that is 10 words or less and a short explanation that is 20 words or less. That is what you'll plug into your ChatGPT. And I also want to mention another thing. These are all subjects that I chose myself. If you have something that you specialize in, all these could be editable. Maybe it's a reverse mortgage fact of the week. You can plug in that headline instead, use that same prompt, and just switch that out instead. So really do on what content you want to provide to your audience. If there's something that you specialize in, use that as a subject and use that as a term, and you can use these designs to fill and play. They're all meant to be a word with a 20-word definition, so you can plug and play with everything. Speaking of plugging and play, I also like the term rinse and repeat. So one template can fuel posts, emails, captions, and more. So I'm talking about social media right now. If you're like, I'm really email focused, all of these things can be transferred over to email. Paste in that social post into ChatGPT. Say, can you write an email about myths versus facts for my loan officers, for first-time home buyers? Even better yet, you post that on your social media, you send that in an email, you've now touched someone twice with that information. The more times you can touch someone, the more effective your communication will be because it's more consistent. And as I said earlier, consistency is what gets your face in front of the borrowers. Okay, a demo. So I want to prove that this is really fast, so I'm going to make 5 social media posts with you guys in under 5 minutes. Who's ready? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to pull up this here. All right, we've got our timer. So I've already have my prompt in here. So that's a little cheat sheet. Let's count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'd be the time that would be to put that prompt in there. I'm not cheating you guys. Okay. Absolutely. And the customer service on this thing is great. Okay, so we're going to go, and now we plug and play. I'm going to copy interest rate, come over here, copy the definition, come in here, scroll, next one. Now it's like when everyone watches you do something and then my hands are like shaking. All right, we've got 2 down, you guys. Ryan, what am I at for time?
Minute down.
Huh, easy money, you guys. Oh, it threw us off. We can align. Okay, we're almost through. Did you guys think I could do this or not? All right. Adjust. The final one, Ryan, what am I at?
5 minutes.
No, I'm not.
1:45.
I mean, I could go drink a coffee, I could go get some lemonade, I can do anything I want now. And I just made 5 social media posts. So the goal with all of these is I'm not going to post the same 5, over and over again. No one wants to see terms back to back to back. But say if I posted a term, oh, did you like that, Perry? I put that on for Brian when he came in. The great thing about this, here we go. Okay, so we just made 5 terms right there in 2 minutes, and I was going really fast. I think you guys can do it in 5, though. That's double the time. We made 5 posts. That's 5 weeks of content right there. I gave you 5 different assets. If we did 5 for each of those, that's 25 posts. That's a good solid, 4 months of content? And I did that, you guys, in 2 minutes. You could make 4 months of content in 6 minutes. But wait, there's more. Okay, so now these templates are your base. So this is going to be your static content. This is going to be evergreen content that you can be consistently pushing out. But there's one big part of your brand that matters, and that's your personal part. It's who you are, who your brand is, how your clients know you, and how you approach people. So in my opinion, the best way to get that across is video, which I know is scary, but I'm going to walk you through how you can do it. So video is one of the fastest ways to grow your account and put your brand and voice at front and center. So I gave you guys the base to start pushing out content so that you can be consistent. Now what I ask of you is 1 time a week you do a video where you're talking to the camera or even a voiceover so that they can hear your voice, they can see your face, and they know that it's not just these static posts and terms that show their education, but that there's also a brand and a person tied to this. Because the truth is people only care about a brand that is unique. And what makes everything unique is that there's only one of you. So no one can repeat who you are and what you're saying, and that's going to make your account that much more unique. Okay, so this is my format of a talking reel. So I think there's 4 parts. So there's a hook. This is what a hook is. So a hook is going to be that first sentence you say at the front to get people to continue watching. It's going to be kind of an attention grabber, okay? It might be a little dramatic, it might be a little exaggerative, but it's going to be something that grabs their attention. So maybe it's, this is what my buyers always tell me before they buy a home. Or this is what everyone forgets when they ask for their mortgage. Those are kind of big statements, and so you kind of want to hear more. So that's the hook. That's your first part. Next is your explanation. So if I say, this is the term that everyone asks me about, that's my hook. Now people want to know more. Now I explain that term. It's debt to income ratio. I say, yada, yada, yada. I explain it. You guys would do it better because you know the definition. And then the third point, relate. So how do you make this unique? How is this not just rinse and repeating your terms or anything else in your static posts? You take a real life scenario that you can explain to them. So I guarantee with anything that you post, you've had one real life scenario with one of your clients that you can tell them. When an audience hears a story, storytelling is so important. When they hear a story, they can put themselves in those shoes and understand the process. So out of everything, the relate is the most important part. And then finally, there's a close. So end with a call to action. How can they get in touch with you? What's the next step? Can they send you a DM? Are you there to help? Are you hosting a webinar? What can you plug so that they have a next place to go? Don't let it stop at that. Say, you can find me on my website, send me a DM here, call me after this. Close it with a way that they know where to go next. Now, you can use AI to help shape these talking points. So for a hook, you can say, give me 5 short hooks loan officers can use to start a reel about down payment. For explain, you can say, explain rate versus payment. Explain a rate versus payment like I would to a first-time home buyer in simple terms. Close, give me 3 conversational ways to end this reel without pitching. Does anybody notice which one's missing on this screen? Relate. You're right. So this is where you sound like a human and not a content. And this is where I explain that AI can't be everything. They don't know your personal stories. They don't know all the client interactions they have. So if you only use what AI can give you, it's what everyone can give to someone else. So that relate point is so important because that's what's unique to you and what AI can't give anybody else. They don't have your exact clients. They don't have those exact experiences, and that's what differentiates you guys. So you can get through all those 3 steps, but it's up to you to be able to relate it to a real-life scenario that you've been in. So AI helps you start, consistency builds the brand, and video builds the trust. And so finally, I have a little proposed schedule that you guys could do. This is 4 days of content each week from what I've shown today. So we would do 1 day a C2 template that I sent. Day 2 would be one of those videos that you created. Day 3 would be another C2 template. And then day 4, a personal life photo or video. This could be something from your week. Maybe it was a walk you went on. Maybe it was a coffee you got. Show them that you're a real person too and that there's all different facets of your life. No one only wants to hear about mortgage. I'm sure you guys follow accounts and you're like, I don't want to only hear about one thing. Find ways to expand what you're putting out there. And we all have camera phones with us. We're taking photos all the time. Throwing one post out there is so easy, and it's another way to stay consistent. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. Let's drink. This is what happens when you put me last at the day. I come a little funky.